Revelation chapter 11, verse 14. The second war is past, and behold, the third war cometh quickly.
Gain ground, Russia is standing firm and putting the West and its allies on notice, stating that it will not hesitate in unleashing its nuclear might to safeguard its strategic interests in Ukraine and Syria. You see, for Moscow, losing Assad would be a geopolitical disaster. Syria is not merely an ally, it's a linchpin of Russian influence in West Asia and North Africa. The next big question in Syria is, when will Tehran enter? You see, just like Russia, Syria is vital for Iran as well. As per report, through Syria, Iran maintains a direct land corridor to its proxies in Iraq, Lebanon and beyond. How far will Moscow and Tehran go to preserve their interests in Syria? And will Russia's threats of nuclear force extend beyond Ukraine and into the heart of West Asia?
The U.S. military says it struck 75 terror targets across Syria. Ali Rafa has the latest from the White House.
At long last, the Assad regime has fallen.
Tonight, President Biden reacting to the fall of the Assad regime and quick military action in Syria.
Just today, U.S. forces conducted a dozen of precision strikes.
Those strikes hitting more than 75 ISIS targets, including camps, leaders, and operatives. The White House hoping to prevent a resurgence by the terror group in the region.
We're clear-eyed about the fact that ISIS will try to take advantage of any vacuum. We will not let that happen.
The president committing to protecting the roughly 900 U.S. troops he says will remain in the country, while offering a blueprint of future U.S. support.
I'll send senior officials from my administration to the region as well, to establish a transition away from the Assad regime.
Despite this, the president expressing cautious optimism after the rebel takeover of Syria.
It's a moment of historic opportunity
while making clear the country's future is still uncertain, acknowledging the connection between the rebels and terrorist groups.
Make no mistake, some of the rebel groups that took down Assad have their own grim record of terrorism and human rights abuses.
Mr. Biden also committing to securing the release of Austin Tice, an American journalist and Marine veteran kidnapped in Syria more than a decade ago.
We believe he's alive. We think we can get him back, but we have to identify where he is.
Tice's family, who had criticized the Biden administration for not doing more, hopeful tonight the fall of the Assad regime creates an opportunity to bring Austin home.
We are hopefully and prayerfully enjoy.
Shalom. It's your brother Yaitazar. I want to start off giving infinite honors, glory, and prayers to the Most High and His Son, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, the Kakwadash. Double honor to our apostles and elders, a great millstone, rule well, teaches the truth 100%, no cut. Double shalom and salutation to the occupant pushing his word across the four winds in true faith, sincerity, giving all diligence. I want to get into a quick lesson out of one, Radazar Lord's willing is edifying to the point. Quick hits, on what's going on over there in Syria. As you just seen those different videos, going into it, in Russia, his home in Assad, because of what's going on over there in Syria, with the so-called rebel groups, that fuck shit up over there, ran him off, as well as with ISIS, which we understand and we know is backed, by the CIA, and then you got Israel, they got their hand in it as well, as soon as Assad, fled, the turmoil, amped up, and Assad fled. What they did, they sent their troops over there, saying, and bombing it as well, bombing certain places over there in Syria, and calling, they sending their troops to the border so the rebels and, the terrorists don't enter into their borders, which that's all BS, man. We all understand that's set up, Israel and U.S. got their hands involved in it, to control that and occupy that area. Syria's all, is known for its resources, oil, petroleum, which is oil, and many other things are going to come out, I'm sure, as me and the brother Quadar was talking, briefly, other things are going to come out involving, what's truly going on, amongst them, but we understand through the scriptures, through prophecy, that all these things are going to play a part. Because again, you got the international law, where Israel and Benjamin Nahu, or however you say his name, as well as Biden, talking about humanitarian rights, that Assad was violating, the humanitarian rights with his people, bombing his own people, like me and the brother was talking about. They did the same thing with Assad, what's his name? Assad Sudan, if I'm saying his name right, Salaki if I'm not. What they were saying, he was, using chemical warfare against his people, and they got him out of there, which was, we understand and know, that he was backed by the CIA until they used him up, and then they got rid of him, man. The U.S., so all these things, that's going on over there in the Middle East, with Israel, and then the U.S. backing Israel, the Israelis, is going to lead up, to World War III, man. It's going to lead up to the destruction of Israel, and the destruction of Babylon the Great, aka America, man. And then you got, these other nations getting involved and their names getting thrown into it. Basically like Israel and the United States, are the messy ones, man, stirring up mess, particularly Israel. And the U.S. is basically like the muscle, man. To back that big loud mouth, how Jake used to be, certain Jakes, they talk that big talk, because they got somebody backing them. That's what Israel is doing, man. And they're hypocrites. They talking about violating humanitarian laws, but they the main ones doing it, man. These motherfuckers are sacrificing their own people to prove a point, man, to fulfill their own agenda. And again, it's ultimately going to lead to, Russia and his allies, destroying, Israel, and Babylon the Great, man. All right, because you got Saudi Arabia, Egypt, okay, and different other, countries, Iran, okay, and so Iraq, basically, condemning Israel, man, saying they violating the international laws, man. All right, but you got it on the media, okay, the mouth of the dragon, okay, which is controlled, by the elites, controlled, by America, putting the blame on everybody else, okay, putting the blame on these other countries, in particular, Syria, what we talking about right now, man. But the bad guys, the ones that's actually, committing the crimes, okay, is Israel, okay, the Israelis in America, man. All right, but let's get into it, man, because like I said, again, all this is being controlled, okay, by the Lord to bring in, okay, World War III. The Lord is gathering those troops over there in the Middle East, okay, in that the region, okay, Yahweh Shaphat over there in the Kidron Valley, okay, for the destruction, man, okay, of Israel. All right, but we understand our land will be brought back, okay, and the destruction of Babylon the Great. All right, like I say, quick hits. More gonna come out about these Jakes. I mean, not these Jakes, but about these heathens, man, and they bullshit. This is Ezekiel 38, 1-12, the NIV, and it reads, "The word of Yahweh came to me, Son of man, set your face against Gog in the land of Magog," talking about Russia, "and chief priest, prince of Meshach and Tubal, Turkey. Prophesy against him, and say, this is what the sovereign Lord says. I am against you, Gog, chief prince of Meshach and Tubal. I will turn you around, put hooks in your jaws, and bring you out with your whole army, your horses, your horsemen full of armed, and a great horde with large, small shields, all of them brandishing their swords. Persia, Iran, Kush, South Africa, Libya, all right, same, will be with them with all the shields and helmets. Also Gomer with all his troops, and Beth to Gomer from the far north with all its troops, the many nations with you." Talking about that region over there in Turkey, man. Okay, Turkey. All right, so man, hey, we see all that these nations, gathering together, okay, joining the BRICS, gathering together, back in Russia, condemning Israel, okay, the Israelis, okay, and their eyes are not off of America because America is sticking their nose into it, man. Okay, so all this is joined in, man. Israel is about to be destroyed as well as America, man. And it's all set up through the spirit and power of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh. Shall the Lord say what? He's going to stir up jealousy, man. All right, these nations are getting tired of the bullshit that these Israelis, okay, are bringing, okay, and America backing them, man. Get tired of it, man. All right, Debo is about to get hit with a brick, okay. And what's that brick? The thermonuclear missiles, man. Okay, it says, and who's Debo? America, man. Okay, in Israel. It says, Salakia. It says, "Get ready, be prepared, you and all the hordes gathered about you, and take command of them," because Russia is going to lead the charge in World War III. It says, "After many days you will be called to arms. In future years you will invade a land that has recovered from war." Okay, Israel, because they had war over there in our land. Okay, some odd years ago, man. Okay, but hey, modern times, today, it says, Salakia, damn nuts. It says, "In future years you will invade a land that has recovered from war, whose people were gathered from many nations to the mountains of Israel, which has long been desolate. They had been brought out from the nations, and now all of them live in safety." Going back to a time where Ezekiel was in Babylon, and the Medes took over. Okay, but we're going to use modern day. Okay, modern times, them Israelis, when they was took from Germany, different places of Russia, so on and so forth. These fake Jews, man, Jewish people put into our land. Okay, and Israel was declared a sovereign state. Okay, what that was 1948. All right, but the Lord is about to blow their ass up out of there. Salakia, man, nice. It says using Russia, man, but the Lord gonna get Russia as well pursuing all these heathen nations are gonna get destroyed when the Lord returns, man. But the Lord is using them to destroy one another. And you can find that, at Second Ezra, the 13th chapter. It says, in future years you will invade a land that has recovered from war, whose people were gathered from many nations to the mountains of Israel, which had long been desolate. They have been brought out from the nations, and now all of them live in safety. You and all your troops and many nations will go up, advancing like a storm. You will be like a cloud covering the land. It says, this is what the sovereign Lord says, on that day, thoughts will come into your mind and will devise an evil scheme, man. And the Lord is setting everything up right now, man. But that day is going to be when Putin decides to push that goddamn button, all right, and kick off this thermonuclear war through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shah. It says, you will say, I will invade the land of unwalled villages. I will attack a peaceful and unsuspecting people, all of them living without walls and without gates and bars, man, because Israel, their missile defense system is trash. Okay, even America's missile defense system, man, they THAAD programs, man, it ain't gonna be worth shit in that day, man. Okay, and America's missile defense system has never even been tested because nobody has ever shot missiles over here, man. Okay, it says, I will plunder and loot and turn my hand against the resettled ruins and the people gathered from the nations which live livestock and goods living at the center of the land. All right, so the Lord is going to use Russia to destroy Israel, man. And we see how everything is playing a role and leading up to that point, man. Okay, because Russia already said they're not going to allow, Israel and the United States to continue on that path that they own. You know, because the United States got his hands in everybody's pocket, okay, so to speak. You know, the United States is over there, occupying, we're trying to occupy, the Ukraine, funding Ukraine, supplying Ukraine with weapons, which is over there in the territory of Russia. Okay, right there next door. Also with China, man. Okay, nobody forgot about that. You know, the United States is over there in Taiwan, okay, which is right there next door to China, in the vicinity of China, and so on and so forth, man. All right, and these people are getting tired, these nations are getting tired of Babylon, man, America. Okay, and this bullshit and that big bully, that bullying weight, man. Okay. The Lord is using all these things, these different accounts, okay, to stir up jealousy, man, to fulfill his will, man. And it's going to ultimately lead up to the destruction of these nations, man, these heathen nations, man. Okay, that came together, that took crafty counsel against the children of Israel. Now the Lord is turning them against one another, man, to destroy one another as they destroyed his people. But the Lord gonna get their ass good, man. Okay, good. All right, because everything that's going on is leading up to that, man, that World War III. Okay, the redemption of the Lord's chosen, man, the Israelites. Okay, so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, the elect. All right, so all we doing is just sit back and enjoying the show, man. All right, and reporting it through prophecy, through scripture. All right, filtering what's going on, and they adding it up with the scripts. All right, now this is for America, destruction. This is Isaiah 13:1. It said, the burden of Babylon, aka America, which Isaiah the son of Amos did see. Lift up a banner upon the high mountain, exalt the voice unto them, shake the hand that they may go into the gates of the noble. That's what we doing, man. When we out there on the highways and byways prophesying the downfall of this wicked kingdom, starting with our apostles and elders on down of great millstone. I commanded my sanctified ones. I have also called my mighty ones from my anger, even them that rejoice in my highness, man. Those angels. Okay, because you got those angels over there, working on the people, working on these heathens' mind, man. The kings of these heathens' mind, man. Okay, by the command of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shah. All right, and once the Lord give that go, those angels are going to be the ones that put it on these Russia, starting off with Russia, mind to think that evil thought and push that button. Okay. It says, the noise of a multitude in the mountains like as a great people, a tumultuous noise of the kingdom of nations gathered together. The Lord of hosts musters the hosts of the battle, man, when he gathered them up over there in Yahweh Shaphat, man, over there in the valley of Kidron today, the Lord's judgment, Yahweh's judgment. It says they come from a far country, from the ends of heaven, even the Lord and the weapons of his indignation to destroy the whole land. What's those weapons of the Lord's indignation? Those thermonuclear missiles, man. That's all you hear is nuke talk. Putin talking nuke talk, man. Fuck stick talk, nuke talk, man. Okay, that's what the Lord has got going around out here, man. Okay, that conversation of thermonuclear talk, man. All right, now those missiles are going to get used. Thus says the Lord, man. All right, it says, "Howl ye, for that day of Yahweh is at hand. It shall come as a destruction from the Almighty. Therefore shall all hands be faint, and every man's heart shall melt. And they shall be afraid. Pangs and sorrows shall take hold of them. They shall be in pain, as a woman that travaileth. They shall be amazed one at another. Their faces shall be as flames," man. All right, literally. All right, because if you're not a part of the elect, you're going to be destroyed, man. Okay, these heathens are going to get destroyed. That's left over here in America. Okay, and 2/3 of our people joined unto these heathens are going to get destroyed, man. Okay, and we see it all with everything that's going on over there in the Middle East. Okay, Syria, Russia, Ukraine, North Korea, China, Taiwan, okay, Turkey, okay, Iran, Saudi Arabia, Iraq. We see all what's going on in these countries, man. What they're doing, what their leaders are doing is leading up to what? World War III, thermonuclear missiles being shot off, man. Okay, the fulfillment of prophecy. Okay, the deliverance of the Israelites, man. Okay, the Lord's will being done. All right, it says, "Behold, the days come." Salakia, "Behold, the day of the Lord, Yahweh Bashem Yahweh, shall come as cruel, both with wrath and fierce anger, to lay the land desolate, and he shall destroy the sinners thereof out of it. For the stars of heaven and the constellations thereof shall not give their light. The sun shall be darkened and is going forth, and the moon shall not cause her light to shine." That's what's going to happen, man. Those nukes get detonated. It's going to blot out the sun, man. Those radioactive clouds, you know. Man, shit, man. It's going to be terrible out here, man. Okay, and we're coming into that point. That's why we always say it'll behoove you, man, to turn back to Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shah, to repent and serve Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shah, you so-called Negro, Latinos, and Native Americans, man. Okay, because the Lord is speeding things up, man. All right, it says, "And I will punish the world for their evil," see, "and the wicked for their iniquity, and I will cause the arrogancy of the proud to cease, and will lay low the haughtiness of the terrible," man, because Russia ain't going to be the next superpower. China ain't going to be the next superpower. Iran ain't going to be the next superpower. All right? The Lord is about to destroy all these heathen nations, man. He's just using them to fulfill his will, man. As they gather together, pursuing what that is, Psalms 83, 82, 83, you know, to take crafty counsel, cut us off of being a nation. Okay, destroying us as a nation. Hey, the Lord's going to use them to destroy each other, man. Okay, but way worse, man. Okay, it says, "I will make a man more precious than fine gold, even a man than the golden wedge of Euphrates. Therefore I will shake the heavens," by way of what? Those thermonuclear missiles. Okay, detonated. "And the earth shall remove out of her place in the wrath of the Lord's host." Salakia, "In the wrath of the Lord of hosts, in the day of his fierce anger. And it shall be as the chase road, and as a sheep that no man taketh up. They shall every man turn to his own people, and flee everyone into his own land." And we see a lot of those Arabs and Chinamen, okay, Ishmael, okay, and Moab, you know, they come down. A lot of them, you know, you seeing how they constantly changing out, you know, ownership of these different corner stores, man, and gas stations, man. You'll see one Ishmaelite in there, one about a month, 6 months. The next thing you know, goddamn, it's a whole brand new goddamn flu on, man. They coming and milking this bitch and going back home, man. All right, these nations know what's up. All right, it says, "Everyone that is found shall be thrust through, and everyone that is joined unto them shall fall by the sword. Their children also shall be dashed to pieces before their eyes. Their houses shall be spoiled, and their wives ravished," man. That's what's coming to Babylon the Great. Okay. "Behold, I will stir up the Medes, the Russians, against them which shall not regard silver. And as for gold, they shall not delight in it," man. You can't buy them off. Ain't gonna be no peace. Ain't gonna be no more peace treaties, man. You know, or peace talk. Nah, man, it's over with for this place. And we see how everything is being put in place, man, for the Lord's checkmate. All right. It say, "Their bows also shall dash the young men to pieces, and they shall have no pity on the fruit of the womb. Their eyes shall not spare children." These missiles, man. "And behold, so like in Babylon, the glory of kingdoms, aka America, the beauty of the Chaldeans' excellency, shall be as when the Most High overthrew Sodom and Gomorrah, and how Sodom and Gomorrah went out by fire and brimstone. Same way America is gonna go out, man. Okay, and it's gonna be the same way, man. Never inhabited again. Okay, by men. Okay, it says it shall never be inhabited, neither shall it be dwelt in from generation to generation. Neither shall the Arabian pitch tent there, neither shall the shepherd make their foes there. But wild beasts of the desert shall lie there, and the houses shall be full of doleful creatures, and owls that shall dwell there, and satyrs shall dance there. And the wild beasts of the island shall cry in their desolate houses, and dragons in their pleasant palaces. And her time is near to come, and her days shall not be prolonged. And we see how the Lord is speeding up time, okay, gathering these nations, okay, having these nations, turn, have an evil eye towards America and Israel. Okay, this place is finished, man. All right, because America need to keep us at home, as the scriptures say, man. Always in somebody else's affairs, man. Okay, or setting up terrorists, man. Okay, to fulfill their agenda, man. All right, so they can go and move in and set up, a puppeteer, man. I mean, a puppet. Okay, to fulfill their agenda, man. To take over, to rape, rob, and murder and pillage. Okay, nations, man. But the Lord is putting that shit to a halt, man. That's why the Lord is mustering up the battle, man. Gathering these nations, okay, to come against her, man. Her and Israel, man. Okay, these Israelis, man. Hey, but with that, Lord willing, this lesson was edifying and to the point. Hey, till next time, shalom.